Well, welcome back, folks. Hope everyone's doing well. So we've got enter Kibellah's mine. Okay. Let's go see what we can do with Kibellah's mine. Got to go to the astropath. Let's come up here. Alright, so who are we going to take? I don't want to take Kibellah. Doesn't say I have to take her. Let's try this. See what we get. I don't think I'm going to have a party with me. I suspect this is going to be more of a solo event. As your Choirmaster blindfold lights up. Your leadership seldom comes here without a reason. How can I be of service? Oh, let's ask him how his ghosts are. The synchronized trance is a complex telepathic practice. Things can go awry unless both participants trust each other and have a strong spiritual connection. However, I can sense that you do. I have to be your guide during the ritual, Lord Captain. But remember, it's easy to get lost in another person's thoughts, and the fears of others house monsters. Okay, let's do it. I will stay in the chapel. Now I can hold prayer vigil. Okay. May the Emperor help you return this lost soul to the righteous path. May the God Emperor aid you, Lord Captain. So let's see what happens here. Okay, it's a book. Cronus Expanse, Lord Valencia Flagship, Book of the Dead, the Holy Scripture of the Cult, Bloodspun Web, author unknown. Shackled mind cannot comprehend the wisdom contained therein. Therefore repeat, he is death. Release your breath with each word. Cleanse your thoughts. He is death. True lies in death. Free your soul, the body's cage. Become nothing. He is death. Now that your heartbeat is a perfect line and your vision is shrouded in dust, you have almost reached a state of purity and balance. Heed. No human will see death before their time. That is the delusion of living. Heed. To which we say, a strong spirit can travel there and make the journey back. Heed the tale of the great Duman Malik, who descends into the kingdom of the dead to retrieve his shadow. He is death. Alright. Birth and death are one. We are snatched from the warmth, place of warmth and sent blood-covered into an unfamiliar world. Dying is the same. The dominant, too, learns that he is, as he opens his eyes and found himself on the Lord X, lying in a cold coffin, beheld his ship drifting through nothingness, atoming giant's corpse, a skeleton moaning from the winds of the entropy. A tempest of rust was gnawing at its plasteel bone, twisting its vein-like cables, while the machine had oil oozed down its bulkheads like a limp. Had the one been alone, he would have lost his way inside the ship's mangled bows, but the guided each reached out a hand. The spirit of old sinners had loyally followed the demon to one side. Okay. Awareness. Strike the first blow, aiming for a weak spot. Trust in his nimbleness. Banish the monster. Let's see this one. The beast proclaimed itself, began to tear its own body apart. For words of true faith pacify even the worst evils with a sense of shame and self-loathing. And a card of his tarot appeared in Doman's hand. It was the God Emperor. And the first doubt was dispelled. His death. Okay. Advanced level of care. Oh, no, that's just. He is dead. Then Zachary led the Domin out of the hot furnace of the crematorium and walked past the long columns of the dead. Frayed with their attire, their bones scrape against the augments and scratched at their decrepit flesh. They were moaning sorrowfully, and sound made memory fade away. The Domin saw the dead were carrying an ark, and inside the ark was a thing, a lost child, cocooned in silk, shedding crimson tears for the unknown. The unliving carried her as a servant would carry their lady, and loudly lament their face. Such is a blade mired and brooding over a long past, the helpless child paralyzed with regret, lest he sink into the sort of rot of their walls and perish. The Domin, let's see, what do I got here? Coercion? Sternly ordered the apparition to vanish. Press onward, pushing the dead away with strong arms. Fellowship. Let's try speaking. The lost child's tears were dried. And with a mere sigh, she returned to nothingness. For mercy, too, can be the blade that brings peace. And his card, and the card of his tarot appeared in Dominant's hand. It was a star. And the second doubt was dispelled. His death. His death. Okay, and the old Vinny led the Domin to the upper decks, and the Domin entered the officer's chamber. A web of veins adorned the walls and tangled the precious trophies. The statues were bound in twine swines, and high upon the balcony a dismembered judge wailed as he attempted to reassemble himself with pale hands. But his movements merely tightened the tangle of flesh, turning the chamber into a snarl. Such a blade tangle entrapment was misunderstood teachings. A hapless creature that does not know its place in the world. In order to continue a journey, help the judge. Let's see, we can help the judge. Let's help the judge. And the judge became whole again, regained his comprehension of the world. And for one who is wise can make whole what is broken. And as card of his tarot appeared in the Domin's hand, it was the rogue trader. A third doubt was dispelled. His death. His death. I really like the artwork that they've done on these. I mean, I don't comment on that enough, but I think that the artwork in these are this is just terrific stuff. They've really obviously paid a lot of attention and done some good work here. The flagship bridge was draped in a skull and web. The pale soul of the dead flocked to the foot of the throne upon which sat the undying emperor, the protector of mankind. May his praises be innumerable. Starlight shone coldly in his eyes of his skull, and the galaxy rested in his mighty hand. The Dominant approached his throne and... Alright, so what do we... offer him a prayer. Spoke brazenly to man he vacate throne that belonged to... Alright, let's do this one. The Undying One heeded the words spoken to him and lowered his bow of bone, acknowledged that he heard the prayer, and he had heard the Domin's other prayers before. Then the Undying One spoke, and these words were to be preserved in your heart as the greatest of the prayers, for they sang from a source that was and is holiest of all things. I know you, Domin. I know your heart, and the softness that dwells within it. Many who were due to pass on to me remained alive as your heart willed. But I am not angered, for they will pass on to me in the end. The Undying Emperor, his praise be innumerable, said no more, and it was Domin's turn to speak. And speak the Dominant did, saying that he had come to find his shadow and rescue her. Let's see. The skeletal figure stirred. The Domin's shadow loomed out of darkness beside his throne. She was bound in black chains and asleep. The Undying One was silent. Now was the time to offer a payment. As death would give nothing away without payment in return, Domin promised the Undying One. So I have Iconoclast here. Nothing, for everything in the world is nothing, and the Undying One himself is Lord of Nothing. Okay, that's Iconoclast, and I'm Fanatic. Himself, life anyone calling himself enemy of the Undying One. Can't do Heretical, I'm doing Iconoclast, because I want to push that. Plus 20. Those were true words, for everything is indeed nothing, and the Undying Emperor is Lord of Nothing. and for all living things only to turn to dust and death. The Damon's wisdom pleased the Undying One. Then the Undying Emperor leant over the Daemon and drove a skeletal figure right into his heart, and he pulled a scarlet thread of his soul, and the thread trembled, stretching to the limit. It was then that the revelation came to him. A life must be paid for a life, and the name was revealed to him. Naki Erebus. That was the life of the Undying One demanded as payment. I don't know who this is, but I'll agree to the price. An oath of blood sworn, the chains fell from the Daemon's shadow, yet she remained silent and motionless. She saw no sense in leaving the halls of death, to which the Daemon pulled her. The duty to the Undying One of the Daemon had not yet been filled, that behold the deathless one living, she had received a gift of unparalleled greatness, was suffering without her protection, the Undying One's mercy. Okay, hang on here. I mean, Kibellah is very much about duty. Try this. And there the charity in the soul. She eyes open, she doubt was banished. She glimpsed the true inner Lord's word, that our woes stem from ruining faith, and the shadow must return to the thread of the web in order to do his business. He is death. The dominant of shadow left the bridge of the Undying Emperor. May his praises be innumerable in their path, was strewn with his tarot cards. Among them, Daemon saw the card of the executioner, which carries out sentences and brings a violent end to which he had not begun. Among them, Daemon saw the card of the lost child, who was torn from roots and her support, but carries with her the still hidden seed of the promise to recover them someday. Among them, the Daemon saw the card of the judge, who weighs and separates gifts of guilt of innocence and passes verdict. When they descended to the lower bays, laying down a stone coffin, closed their eyes. And the Daemon heard the Undying Emperor's voice promise that they would meet again soon. And thereupon their journey ended. And so it was that Daemon, having seen death before his due time, traveled there and back to bring with these things tidings and wisdom. Be free of doubt as you walk among the threads of the homespun web, for those lead to him, as it does not all, as does all of existence. He is death. He is death. Okay. As the shock of another mind jumbled through the stops constricting your throat, you find yourself standing in Kibellah's pale face. It is settled in strange mission. Daemon and Melik. Okay. I spoke to the Emperor. It was not the Emperor, Lord Captain. It was merely Mistress Kibellah's version of him, a figment born out of her imagination. Alas, none among my fellow are powerful enough to bring you to the voice of the protector of mankind. Look at the choir master. It is over, Captain. We are in the world of flesh again. Are you... Well, Kibellah, do you remember what happened? How we met death? I remember stumbling. I remember my doubt in the truth of the tenets throwing me off my feet. I remember deciding to die, deciding to kill. And not because I heard his whisper, but because I deemed it to be right. Death whispered my name. But the spinner without a thread is like a sky without a star. They would drown in their own soul's darknesses. God, remind me of who I am, and that my shame, weakness, must be extinguished. Right. This Naki Ibris is the payment of the Undying One's demands, the price of redemption, the price of freedom. Who is this person? Where are they from? I do not know. Help me find them, Daemon. Your factorium oversees archives that contains many names. Let him find the one that death has spoken. I'll pay the price that was set. For I know, I feel all of my essence. The death of Naki Ibris is the key. The answer to my questions. Gain experience. Okay, that was interesting. Wow, everyone leveled again? Okay. Let's get back to the bridge. I'll level everybody up. Wait a minute. Yeah.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
I probably could have taken different choices there, but I'm sure the experience may have been the same. I don't know if I don't know the if the outcome would have been the same. Maybe we would have ended up all um, going after the same person. I just don't know if they built parallel paths in this in the gaming. That's pretty cool stuff. Okay, what do we got here? Um, hmm. Joint offense. Here. Go down awareness, I guess. You, on the other hand. I'll check something here. Back to this. And I'm just looking at this one thing I saw down here. What was it called? Longest blade dancer has 2 swords equipped. There's 2 swords equipped. Now, my question on that is, do I have primary, secondary, or is it dual wielding? Because she doesn't have dual wielding. And I don't see it here. That's going to be a lot of bonus to my skill. Hang on, she doesn't miss anyway, but still. We're going to try this. Then... awareness. Asia? What do I want to do with you? We're getting to the point here where I'm not sure. That's kind of nice. Let's try this. Then here, what do we want? Probably persuasion. I'm getting persuasion. Jay, what are we going to do with you? She doesn't use take aim. It's powerful though. And that would complement Malik. See, this is so conditional. Voice command effect deal additional 18 damage to enemies that have not yet acted this combat. So I guess it's anybody that hasn't acted that combat, but it really requires you to get it done during the first turn. I'm going to go here. I don't know if persuasion was the best thing there or not. Alright. Space Marine, what am I going to do with you? Wolf. Hang on. No. It's for everyone. That's pretty powerful. Oh, that's really good. Wreck and ruin. Now here, so let's just go awareness. Pascal. Abelard. Goodness. Help you heal yourself. Genta. You know, you're terrifying. You know, you never really Oh my. Hang on, let's... Your intelligence is 30. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is... So I want to use this. So you're going to use your demolition instead of intelligent. Determine additional damage dealt with area attacks. Deals 5% more for every 10 points in demolition. You get 125 points in demolition instead of 5 points for each 10 points in intelligence. Why didn't I pick this sooner? Your demolition is insane. It's 125. So you get 12 times, you get times 5, that's, you get 60% more damage, while at 30 you would have gotten 15. That is huge. And yeah, we ought to put the points at demolition. And kick it up a notch. Your awareness. I'm going to go awareness anyway. I like you to go earlier in the fight if at all possible. Alright. So, let's go back here. So now I've got to go to Death has whispered your name. Let's go talk to Janmus. Please see how may I be of assistance? Find this person. First, the clan name is Fair. I may ask your lordship to give me a little time. Flagship's archives being vast. I'll spare no effort. Okay. 15 minutes. I found them, Lord. It's lesser Voidborn clan. It served reporting teams for many generations, spilling blood in the name of the dynasty, and service to Lady Lordship. Impeccable heroism on several accounts. The clan all but wiped out 2 decades ago during a confrontation with enemy Shemin. With their trial slightly granted the surviving members of the clan a noble estate privilege and the right to settle on the capital world. Is it not common? It is not common for Voidborn to settle on a planet. Gravity is merciless, but does not mean they're incapable of adapting. Living on the capital world is a reward worth putting effort for. What about Naki? There is, in reports, at least a dozen different women were born over several centuries, but there's no data on any living person that name. The head of their family will likely have more information about the past 2 decades. Let's go to Darganos. I will send the dynasty's representative on the capital world instructions to summon Era's family to the palace. Okay. And dialogue. Alright. So we've got to go to Darganos. But I really want to go to Darganos at this point. I mean, every time I move, I get sidetracked, it seems like. Alright, let's come to the Cronus Expanse. Where am I? Make sure my ship is good. Ship is good, okay. Way up here. And I'm 2 away from holding a war council. And what else have I got? This is a companion quest. Oh, I can't do that because he's already dead. So, urgency would say, go to the siege. 3 sorrowful phalanges. Okay, so they're in Omnicron. What's this? So. Expect the finger of sorrow. Where is that? It's here. Which was that? Oh yeah. Yeah, so we should do this. We're right here. Correct, I probably should have gone there first. Alright. Okay, how are we doing time-wise? Let's go over here. Alright, what's this? Another cutscene. Ah, Malik, how wonderful it is I found you here. Uncontrollable anxiety washes over your body, causing you to lose your breath, causing you to close your eyes, releases a grip of emotion that are not your own. Please forgive me, my lord. My powers are sometimes too insistent on their attempts to break free of my control. You make great strides, learning how to keep them at bay. I commend your perseverance. I came to deliver good tidings. I've spoken to the House Navigator about the Atlas. Of late, I can feel the increasing clarity how our connection is growing stronger. Despite the descent in the midst, the House Arthel has been able to keep a precarious equilibrium, thanks in part to your unexpected arrival of WH40K and the resolution of the conflict on Dargonis reception. Not all Arcelios concur with your decision, but none can deny the impact that you and no one else has had on the House's present state of affairs. She nods gracefully, lowers her gaze, claps her hands together. There is more I wish to tell you. It is about the vision that I have come to experience at the increased rate during the warp jumps. The same visions come to me again and again and again, as if I'm going mad. For you see, these visions are about me, the Atlas, Tisiphone, Arcelio, and the House's previous Novetor. I've seen Tisiphone's experiments and the one that involves the navigators from the Sedat Brach, which he was rumored to have been destroyed for disobedience. But visions told me altogether a different story, one where the Citadels helped Tisphone create the Atlas, and they vanished immediately after their experiment was done with. Perhaps I know I can find the way to the Palace of the Atlas, if I recreate Tisiphone's journey through my visions. A real palace, not the psycho-physical illusion to which the Arcelio navigators can reach out. I have always had a feeling that it truly exists in our world. Now, however, I know it is absolute certainty. Okay. Would it be waiter for that to finish first? I cannot shake the foreboding about the upcoming meeting in the incorporeal Palace of the Atlas. Troubling images have plagued my mind for many nights now. Voices call and curse my name, and the more I use the Atlas, the clearer the vision becomes, and louder the voices grow, and the further my powers wane. I'm certain that all the houses experience the same. For all of us are connected. I can sense my family's fear. The House Arcelio is doomed to perish in the darkness should I fail to discover the reason why the Atlas is weakening. And that reason, I believe, is hidden somewhere in the vision of the Tisiphone. We'll make sure you can find it. I found Tisiphone experiencing an epiphany in my dream. Just like my visions came to me on our travels through the warp. She beheld a planet hidden behind a rolling warp storm. I think I know where this is. The world promised her great power, so Tisiphone gathered the Citadels and her most devout powers to go on a suicidal journey through the tempest. I know not the details of what happened on the planet, but it was there that Citadels sacrificed themselves for an experiment of some kind, and it's there that House Arcelio obtains its Stairway Atlas. For the first time, I have an opportunity to find answers to the questions my mentors often so deftly avoided. Why did Tisiphone choose me? What is the Atlas? Is it true that House Arcelio passed its past is drenched in blood. Please, Malik, do not snap this taunty drawn string of destiny, my destiny. Journey with me to Sprone and wake and to the distant stars. I'll help her. The house is still watching me, both renegades and the loyals. I doubt that any of them will even agree to the brief assignments for the sake of learning the truth of the Atlas origin. And I do not wish to see House Rosario lose even one more life to another fratricidal skirmish. No, I shall go after the answers about our past on my own. If you wish to show the house your strength and a spirit, invite the renegades to be the first to touch secrets of the Atlas. You are standing top of the great discovery of the House Rosario. Living the regions seem like a sensible thing to do. Wish to show the house your strength and undaunted spirit. Invite the renegades to be the first to touch the secrets of the Atlas they loathe so much. If you're standing on the cups of a great discovery for all of House Rosario, invite the regents. Seems like a sensible thing to do. I think it's best they go along. Thank you for understanding, Rotator. Now permit me to take my leave. I must start preparing for the journey. From what I've been able to glean, I must first travel to the Harubi-eyed by the Arcelio prophecy system. Odd that could it be the historical records are lying? That Kalen Arcelio is not whom the star system is named after? Either way, it was that system from the Tristram embarked on our journey, and we're going to follow her in long forgotten steps. End dialogue. Okay. That's fine. Let's get back to the bridge. Oh. Go to the bridge. And over here we've got Lord Navigator Marungdus Mundor. I think I know where that is. But we're not going there yet. Just gonna... I think it's the planet that had the magnetic storm, but I could be wrong. So here we are here, and we want to visit this, but where is the... Well, this is Omnicron. What is this? Inspect the wrecked. This is the war. Let's meet there. Anything else way out in the distance? Okay. That is a companion quest, so let's go back. This is the War Council. This is Inspect the Wreck of the Finger of Sorrow. Okay, so this is where we're at. We're doing this one. So let's go to... Where am I? Visit Omnicron. Here we go. And I'm running late here, so we may have... There's the Finger of Sorrow. I think... Just come to the dead world first. Nothing here. And I'm going to save it here. Thank you very much for watching. We'll do the Finger of Sorrow next time. Everyone have a terrific day.